Hey everyone, my name is Joe Visser. I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial on how to implement and design your resume in Adobe Illustrator. I'm not going to be going over the content of your resume, like creating the content. This is the next step of after you've already created your content and you're ready to bring it in and start designing and making that final product that you're going to be sending off to employers when you're applying for work. So the first things that I'd like to go over are the basic sections of the resume. I'm just going to kind of show you where I normally like to see them placed on a resume. Obviously, this is just a specific format that I've created. You can have your own format where your sections might be in, on the left side or the right side, depending on if you have two columns on your resume or one column on your resume. It's all subjective and it's all personal preference, but this is just kind of how I like to see things laid out if we're kind of going down the page. So the first section is going to be your contact information. We want that first and foremost just because that's going to be the first thing that an employer sees about a candidate, and it just gives them a little information, as well as you have your portfolio on here, your contact information, so people can see your work. They know where you're located, they know what your title is and who you are. So those are the basics for that. Summary is going to be your next section, just a quick little summary about yourself. I think career objectives, like I want to work with a good team, I think that's kind of dead. So just a quick summary about yourself. Your education, I like to have it up top. A lot of people say maybe put it at the bottom. I prefer to put it at the top because I think it shows dedication. It also shows that you've achieved a degree in the subject matter that you're applying for. Um, the next section is going to be skills. I like to separate out the actual software versus like actual discernible skills. Software is just kind of a little easier for someone to just kind of read down, as opposed to having them like all interchanged and things all mingled up. So just make sure you kind of have those split up. So then the next one is going to be experience section. Reverse chronological order. Your most recent work experience is going to be at the top, and your oldest work experience will be at the bottom. So that's just kind of the basic outline that I like to follow. Like I said, you might have two columns where there's, sections in different places, but as I'm reading down the page, this is kind of how I like to prefer to see a resume. So the first thing you want to do to get started with your resume is go ahead and create a new document. So just create a new document. It's Control N. You got your width and your height, which is 8.5 by 11. That's just the dimensions of a normal sheet of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and change the name here just so I know what document I'm working on. 8.5 by 11. Click OK. So you got your blank document here. You remember the section's going to be those 5 sections. So we're going to have those. I'm going to put them on the screen here real quick. So they're going to be these sections here. So you want these to be their own individual things. So we're going to have it be summary. And you can just hold Alt and Shift and drag down and create a new one. So education, skills, and then your experience. So let's delete this so I have my name. There we go. So we want to pick a font that looks a little nice. Let's say we're going to pick just a basic font. I'm going to pick Gotham just because it's, you can have it be bold. It's a nice font. It's easy to read. Let's give it a little bit of color because black and white resumes are boring. So give it a little bit of blue. So we're going to scale these up. I want to say maybe go to like 25 point font, just make it nice and readable. We're going to put our name and center everything. Sounds good. Let's align to artboard and center it. So we're going to put my name up here at the top. Don't go too close to the top. Sometimes resumes, they'll get way up too close to the top and things will get cut off in the printer, and you don't want that. So just kind of, keep it a little bit inside, maybe 1/8 of an inch, have it be your border. So we're going to have the summary. You can put that over here. We're going to say your education. Put that over here, make sure it's lined up with this one. And you can turn on smart guides. That's Control or Command U. If you take that, it'll actually snap. So it'll snap to it. So we're going to move this up to education and maybe move it over a little bit. And then your experience, we're going to put that here. So basic layout. Maybe let's move this down just a little bit to give my contact information some room. So the next thing you're going to want to do is pick a font for your content. So this is, like I said, whoops, I hit the wrong button. This is your basic content here. We're going to take this and put it down. I would say no smaller than 12 is going to be your basic formatting. So let's take this and have it be just regular Gotham. So, and you can pick a different font if you want. I'm just doing this for the sake of it being easy. Gotham book. We're going to want to change this back to black. So now you have the name. Let's put this in as my location. So Orlando, Florida. We're going to put in my phone number, which not really. It's going to be 423-123-45678. Whoops, that's way too many numbers. 4567. We're going to put in your email. So it's joevisser@mail.com. It's not really my email address. We're going to put in your website, www.josephvisser.com. That is my real website. Okay, cool. Cool. Now that we have that all set up, we're going to go to your summary next. So the summary is going to be the next section. Let's see. So where we have it here, I'm going to copy and paste it in. And like I said, you're going to have a document where everything's already typed out for you. So what I want to do is take this and, again, line it up with the word summary or education, you know, and then make sure you're not going too far over. Like, you can set up bounds and everything and actually do this like the correct, drag out a text box so things fit inside of it and automatically. But the way I'm going to do it is just go, and where I think I should, kind of enter in, I'm going to put like multimedia, and then don't go too far over on like the word clientele. And then obviously there's a more precise way to do this because predict is kind of off, but you get the idea. So we're going to move this up and have the summary. So there's our contact information done, and you have your summary done. So let's move these down a little bit, and you might have to, move things around. This could probably go up a little bit because we're not going to have that many skills in education. So we're going to take this again and move it down. So we're going to say Full Sail University. I graduated in 2010, so we're going to put that. Maybe make this one bold just because it's kind of like a section. So let's put it like that, drag this one down. And we're going to say Digital Arts and Design, Bachelor's of Science. For skills, I'm going to drag this one over here and have it level with the word skills. And maybe just make it the same format because it's not really a section. So we'll put Photoshop, Illustrator, and then maybe move these over so we're not going too far down. We'll say After Effects, and then Premiere. So, got these set up. And then we're going to go down to the experience. Actually, let's copy the education one here because we kind of already have that little preview set up. So, my experience, we're going to put in my current experience, which is at Full Sail University, 2019 to current. You might even, follow the format above where it has the date last. So we're going to put that in here and say like 2019 to current. So it's just saying that you're still working there. Here we go. So my current role, we're going to put that on the line below that. So it's I'm a career advisor, digital art and design, and web development programs. So then the next line, we're going to take and just add in some bullet points. You can't make bullet points in Illustrator, so what I like to do is, just add in a dash, or you can go up to type and go to glyphs, and then maybe find like a circle icon or something like that. So double click this and then say, let's put in like a little dot, something like that. So we'll zoom in here and say the first line of experience. So I'm just going to write in these little things here and quickly just copy and paste them, because you'll have your own content, like you're not copying my content. So let's just format this a little bit so we match the pieces that are up a little bit higher. Move knowledge over because it's about to get cut off. Overall presentation. Okay. And then we're going to just copy this little dot here and just at the beginning of each one, just paste it in and add a space. Whoops. This should be up on this line. So yeah, it does take a little bit to format everything, but once you kind of get it going, it's quick, and it's easy to kind of format everything. So go to here, and then there you go. Your first section is done. If you maybe want to even change this to just kind of be like a, I don't know, some sort of like a pale gray, maybe not too light. Something that just kind of shows up, and maybe even that's a little too light, because if you're printing these out, you know what I mean? Like, it might be a little too light, so maybe like a dark gray. Just to kind of break things up and give it a little, interesting look. So let's take and go to the next section. So I'm going to have be this is my freelance type work that I do under the company, under my personal LLC. So this will be Dobino Digital 2010 to current. And then we'll say independent contractor and freelance artist. So again, we're going to do the same thing we did with the dots, you know, just paste the text in and then try to match the lines up above. And when I'm saying match the lines, I'm saying like make sure that this stuff is kind of, you know, lining up as best you can, just so it looks clean and nice. So let's move production onto its own line. And then go back up here and just copy this dot. And, you know, I said you can also use the dash. It doesn't have to be a dot. You know, whatever you think looks best is fine. So we're going in and adding these little dots. And, I mean, there you go. That's literally the basics of just bringing it into Illustrator and kind of laying it out. And like I said, I already have this stuff all typed out. Obviously, I've already done my resume, but this is just a document where I had all my information. Like, think of it in sections. Like, here's my contact information, my summary, my education, my skills, my current work history. So then you just kind of bring it in and start pasting it into the sections, and it builds up pretty quickly. One little thing you maybe would like to add in is just a small feature where I like to kind of just make it stand out a little bit is there is a cool icon font that is called Font Awesome. So what I like to do is go and download Font Awesome, which is just fontawesome.com. You can go and download this font, and it's free to download, and it has hundreds of icons for you to choose from. So once you have your Font Awesome downloaded, you just actually go back to Illustrator. I'll show you here. On my resume, I'll show you what icons I'm currently using. We can just kind of grab these off because we're going to use the same ones. So I'll just pop those on there real quick. Actually, these are all messed up, but whatever. You get the idea. So I'll show you how to access this. So what I usually do to access it is take my font. Let's just copy and paste Orlando, Florida. You select it and then delete it. Go up to type and then glyphs. And what we're going to do is we're on the font Gotham right now. So this is all the characters that are available in this font. So when we go to Font Awesome, you're going to see all the different characters that are available for this font. And there is hundreds of them. And this is just one section of them. There's ones for logos and there's ones for icons, all kinds of stuff. So for my location, let's maybe put in something that represents, you know, location. Maybe I think there's a little house. Let's see if we can find like a little house. Let's use just there it is. I'm blind. So we got the house. We'll put that here. We're going to move this down and just copy them down, basically. So, oops, this one's a little low. So we're going to take this one and maybe copy it and have it be the globe. So we're going to lock the globe. So we got this one as our mail. So we're going to maybe find an envelope or something similar. Here's an envelope. This one is a phone number. So maybe find the little phone icon. And then maybe turn these into the same blue that we have here. So what we can do is drag this up here. Whoops. Make this a live color so we have it blue. So then we select all these icons, and they're still live text, so you can edit them and scale them up, you know, kind of make them however big you want, but something like that. Or even maybe if we took the gray that we did down here, that's kind of cool, and just have it be like this same gray. Let's copy the little hex code, 7B, 7B. So we're going to select that, go back into the color here and paste that in, and what it will do is go and get that gray. So we've got that gray color. All right. And that's basically a quick and easy resume for you to lay out. Like I said, there's tons of different layouts that you could specifically do if you want to do your own layout. And it's just a quick and easy way to set up your resume so it's clean and nice and concise. So when an employer's reading it, they're not like, where did this person work? You know, it's hard to read, and then they go on to the next resume because you want them to be able to have, you know, as easy of a time as they can when looking at your resume. So the final step to exporting and saving your resume and everything here is going to be adding a clickable link to your portfolio. The other important thing is making sure that you have selectable text, and that comes in later whenever there's applicant tracking software and things that they want to go through, and there are like algorithms that are designed to read the sections of your resume to make sure that there's the specific keywords on your resume that the employer is looking for. So for creating a clickable link to your portfolio, you're just going to go ahead and select your portfolio URL, go up to Object, go to Slice, and then hit Make. So that's basically making a slice, and it's just saying this is going to be, there's information that's going to be here. So then you're going to select copy your website, go to Slice, and go to Slice Options. I found that it works on image. I just go in and click like portfolio, URL. You just paste the URL in right here, hit OK. Exit out of the text so it's not live. We're going to save this and have it be like test resume. Yes. And then click View PDF after saving, because you want to save this as a PDF. It's going to be the easiest format to send out and have it still be clickable text, readable text, selectable text, all the stuff that you need. So hit Save PDF. It'll pop open. Let me zoom out here a little bit. So then there's my resume, just my sample resume. And then you can see when I go over it, there's actually a clickable option there, and it kind of, when I hover over it, it has my portfolio. So you go ahead and click that, and it will open up and show my portfolio. Yeah, so that's the basic of getting someone to your portfolio the easiest way possible, because you want to make sure that they go and look at your work so you can show off who you are as an artist and obviously get the job. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. That's the basics to creating a resume in Adobe Illustrator. Thanks for watching.